So on the rear back axle, we're talking about thrust, right? So we had to set our back axle to be perpendicular to our geometric center line. For a reference point, to make it visual, we're making this crack to reference what a perpendicular what a geometric center line would be, right? So our back axle had a negative thrust angle of negative 0.05. So it's 0.05 of a degree off of perfect, okay? We adjusted it, and now it's negative 0.01, negative 0.02. So we got it a lot closer, right? We had a 1/16 of an inch in, we got a lot closer. Now we're looking at our front drive. Okay, so now we're talking a scrub angle. So a thrust angle references the geometric center line going down the center of it. Scrub angle, we forget about the geometric center line, and we talk, can I see your tools right there? And we actually talk about how parallel our two axles are, right? Give me one more if you don't mind. Okay. So we took our back axle and we made it so it was perpendicular to our geometric center line, right? Pretty good. Now our front drive axle is negative 0.13. Okay, remember earlier did I tell you negative was driver's side or negative was passenger side? It's driver's side, right? Okay, so my scrub is like this. So I'm seeing how parallel these two axles are. So my front drive axle being negative, it's closer on the driver's side. If it's a positive scrub angle, it would be closer on the passenger side. Okay, so it's negative, so my front drive axle sits like this. So my rear drive, before we adjusted it, take this out of the picture for right now. Our rear drive before was negative 0.05. Okay, about like that. It means our scrub angle before would have been less because they would have been more parallel to each other. Because it's a relationship angle, as soon as we adjusted that back axle, it changes the relationship of how parallel they are, okay? So remember, we're setting how parallel the front axle is, or the front drive axle to the rear drive axle when we're adjusting scrub, okay? So if you think about it like this, you guys have seen like a coffee cup or something like that, a solo cup, something like that. It's on the ground. Okay, let's just say it looks something like this. Picture that as a cup. If we were to roll that cup, it's going to hook around like this, right? So it's going to go in a circle like this. So apply that to the drive axles of a truck. If we were to do that and it's going to go like this, that is absolutely going to cause steer tire wear. It has to cause steer tire wear because the driver can only control the steer axle. Okay, so he's going to be counter steering the whole time going to the right because the back of the truck's pushing him to the left. Okay, so we have to pay attention to that stuff. That's why you have to set the drive axles before you can set the steer axles. Okay, drive axles have to be done first. You have to make them parallel. You set your rear drive, you set your front drive. We get those done, they're parallel. Now we're setting the steer, okay? Road crown, okay? Road crown always pushes us to the right. We can help compensate for road crown using our scrub though, okay? So if we have a lot of road crown or something like that, we want to say like negative 0.2 of scrub, that would be cool. I'm sorry, 0.02, 0.02 of scrub, that would be acceptable. Something like that would be okay, right? Still want to stay inside axle manufacturer's tolerances, but if you want to induce a little bit of scrub to help compensate for road crown, be cool. Okay, let's go ahead and adjust our front drive axle and we'll be all set.